I don't have tea with me. I was gonna bring... I do, but it's on the table! I didn't bring my tripod, so I have the camera on a box on the bed, on which I am sitting. Anywhere else in the house would have been probably better to make a video for the sake of lighting, but I do love this wall color, and everybody is home. There's a lot of people here because it's Christmas. Today I'm going to do a book haul video. I didn't think I was ever going to do one of these, but I asked for books for Christmas, so I got a lot more than I usually do. I'm normally the kind of person who prefers to go to libraries all the time instead of purchasing books that I'll probably read just once, but I've got a lot of books this month, so I'm going to share those with you guys. I'm not just doing this for the number of books that I got, but also because there are different types of books that I got. I have physical copies, ebooks, and audiobooks. First of all, the book that I wanted absolutely the most is the Doctor Who book, Tales of Trenzalore. Oh my gosh. The only regret in asking for this as a gift was that I couldn't buy it for myself and just read it. There was one day that I wanted so very badly to read it that I went to Barnes & Noble, picked up a copy, and read about 20 pages while I drank coffee in the cafe. If you don't know what this book is, hopefully you're familiar with Doctor Who, but for the last couple of episodes with Matt Smith as the Doctor, he basically stranded himself on a planet called Trenzalore for about 900 years, maybe 800, but hundreds of years he's stuck on a planet, and all we see is like 5 minutes of that, pretty much. And so I was so curious about what happened on the planet while he was there, and this only covers 4 stories, but it's 900 years, so they could come up with several more books of these, never ending. I'm pretty excited about that. The next one that I really wanted to buy, it's another Doctor Who book called The Blood Cell. Angry eyebrows. This book is like one of those episodes where it's kind of from a different person's perspective, I guess. That's what I gather from the summary. Basically, there's this prison for the worst criminals in the galaxy, and the Doctor ends up prisoner there. The guy who's in charge of this prison, once he notices that this guy keeps trying to escape, it's like, why? Who is this guy? And this woman keeps visiting her, but is only to be rejected by the guards. So I want to know who this guy is. And it just sounds interesting, and I definitely wanted to get a book with the 12th Doctor. This one I also saw at Barnes & Noble, but I decided to get an audiobook version of it instead. So I asked for iTunes gift cards so that I could get these, and this one, with the 10th Doctor, as you see my desktop, it's called The Krillitane Storm. I'm not 100% sure how to pronounce that. I will find out when I listen to the audiobook, I guess. The Doctor arrives in medieval times, and the city looks deserted, but apparently everybody is afraid to leave their houses, especially at night. But then when he comes across a Krillitane, he realizes that the people do have a right to be afraid. Maybe this wasn't a good idea because I am terrible at summaries. The next audiobook I got is also a Doctor Who book, but it's only an audiobook. It is not available in book form. Let's focus on this. Sorry. Maybe I should just put pictures in the way of Pooh Bear and Eeyore. And the story of this one is the Doctor ends up on a space cruiser that's headed from one planet to another, and suddenly nearly all the crew and passengers disappear, and if they don't want to be stuck in space or crash land, the Doctor and one of the flight attendants, named Sugar Macaulay, needs to take control and steer the ship. I'm looking forward to that one because I do enjoy a good crashing boat story. I was pretty excited to see that this was available, especially in audiobook form, It's also a Doctor Who book. This one is special because it was written by a character in Doctor Who and featured in an episode of Doctor Who, and I'm not going to say any more than that, but I honestly don't even know what this book is about, but I'm going to read it. That's the last of the Doctor Who books, though I did get more Doctor Who related gifts that are not books. We'll talk about those another time. The next two I got, they are physical books, but they haven't arrived yet. The person who was getting them for me didn't realize that the ones I wanted were actually from the UK and signed by the author, so those will be here soon. I just don't have them yet. The first one is called Weird Things Customers Say in Bookshops by Jen Campbell. Looking forward to this. And the next one by the same author is the sequel, More Weird Things Customers Say in Bookshops. So more laughs. I'm actually subscribed to Jen Campbell on YouTube, and she does very well for someone who apparently has just started making vlogs. She's really cool, and she does book hauls all the time. She talks about books. She's an author. She's worked in bookshops. I think it's her most famous book is called The Bookshop Book, and it's about bookshops all over the UK, I think. I don't know if it's probably not the world, because that would be a huge book, but she is from the UK. I'll put a link to her channel. And the final book I have is an ebook. It's the first of a series. It's called Inexperienced Mage by D.W. Jackson. I've already started reading this. I'm most of the way through. I'm really enjoying it. It's only 200 pages, and I bought the ebook on Amazon for $2.99, which is a great deal, I think. It is an easy read. It's a fun world. Magic has been banned in this world for hundreds of years, and this guy who's been sold into slavery manages to escape before he gets to his new master's house, and he runs into this deserted building. I think it was underground, and he finds these books on magic. He soon learns to master magic himself, different forms. One of the most interesting things about this story is that the social roles of male and female are reversed from how they were. I'm pretty sure males are actually still physically stronger than females, but socially women are the dominant ones and men are the second-class citizens. Since I haven't finished the book, I'm not sure what all I should and shouldn't say in regards to spoilers. And those are the books that I have obtained in December. It probably doesn't seem like very many for people who normally do book hauls. Most of the book hauls that I see, they have at least 10 books, and they're all physical copies that they purchased themselves, mostly hardbacks. I'll get there, because I do love books. I love hardbacks. I love purchasing books. I will go into bookshops and just walk around on cloud nine, even if I end up not reading anything by the time I get tired of being in the bookshop. O茶大好きです。